Hello, I'm Omar Oakes, Editor-in-Chief of The Media Leader, and I'm pleased to be joined by Duncan Chater, who is Managing Director Europe at Bloomberg Media. And Duncan joins us on the eve of the year ahead, so we're recording The Media Leader live, and we're looking for predictions about what's going to happen this year in media and advertising. So go on, spoil us. What's your prediction? What's going to happen?
Well, I think it's going to be another very crazy year. Lots of things happening, lots of volatility in the market. What we can learn, I guess, from the last 12 months was it was a very differing story for the agencies in terms of their revenue. We saw publicists doing very well out of really digital transformation and some of their products in technology. That has slowed. And I think the one thing that seems to stick out for us in terms of an area of focus is, I think, around first-party data. I think that's going to be a really, really important part for businesses to focus on as we enter into 2024. The other area I think that we're starting to see that's growing in conversation certainly is around brand. And we're really seeing now, it's not happening across the full spectrum, but there are more and more pockets of clients now that are really seeing that they have not focused on brand enough, and that's starting to impact their business in lots of other ways. You can't continue to focus just on performance marketing without looking after your brand, and if you're a heritage brand, you need to continue to make sure you're articulating the strengths and your vision and purpose really, really well. So I think that's going to really be another area, I think, to watch out for in 2024.
Yeah, I think in preparation for this event, we've got a panel at the end of the day. You're presenting, I suspect, the C word. Not that one. The C word creativity is going to come up quite a lot because you say a lot of focus on brand again for various reasons this year. What about, I mean, you say we're being hopeful, optimistic at the beginning of the year. If you could wave a magic wand, how would you make media advertising better this year?
The thing that I guess would be great for the industry, that would help everyone, is more transparency, more clarity, and more consistency, both around communication, around measurements and metrics. I think we now live in a world where all of the platforms have come together, and it's really difficult for everyone in the industry sometimes to compare and contrast different aspects of the industry. So the more that we can offer in terms of transparency and clarity around data and communication and build some of those measurement stories to help us actually articulate our own unique values and make that clearer as well for clients and agencies, that, you know, it's a big ask, but I think that would be something that I think would be fantastic for us all to have.
I'm quite interested to unpick why you say that. Is that something that you're focused on in particular when you talk about transparency and being able to measure apples of apples, for example? I mean, what's Bloomberg Media's, what's your key focuses for this year?
Well, I think there's a couple of bits to probably unpicking that. Some of that in terms of the communication. We speak to a lot of global CMOs through the work that we do, but then also we're speaking to local CMOs, and through that chain of communication, it passes through a number of agencies and consultants, and sometimes that message can change quite a lot between all of those parties, as everyone's obviously adding value throughout the chain. But I think what that then means is, as that travels through the chain, if you've got a very different message, then what you're going to be delivering within the marketing mix is going to have less impact on the business objectives that were set at the top. So how do we kind of make sure that there's more consistency on that, so that then marketeers and companies can see all of the work and evaluate that against the mission that they've kind of set? And then in terms of, I guess, measurement and metrics, it's to emphasize and back up all of those points in terms of then the consistencies across all platforms, across all media companies, across, you know, any stakeholders that are doing work towards those initiatives.
If you like this video, please subscribe. The Media Leader is the UK's leading source of analysis, opinion and data for people who work in advertising and media.